What's up, Goop Troop? It's Edgecase Doom Vorteco, aka Dingle Shits McDangly Bits, coming at you guys with a story, the GWAR Story. I might be a little bit distracted here and there. If you didn't know, the ferret cage is open, and she's out running around on the floor because she likes the exercise. She likes ferreting around, as it were. Don't you, Angel? Don't ya? Yeah, you do.
Ferret!
Where are you going?
Angel the ferret! Angel the ferret! Hey, you. How are you? Hi. Aw, that's so sweet. She gave me a little kiss on the nose.
Anyway, the GWAR Story. So, to start this story off, how many of you here have social anxiety? You know, you get thrust into a social situation, lots of people around, and you panic and go, ah! And you can't do anything. You shut down. Get an A in the chat for anxiety. A for anxiety. How many people? Yeah, me too. Me too. I have to fight through it. And one of the ways I fight through it is by putting myself in social situations and trying to swim. And each time I do it, I get better at it each time, and it builds my confidence because I know, oh, I can handle this. Oh, I can handle this. More importantly, I can handle the failure. Like when the failure happens, I'm going to be, the last time that social blunder happened, I was able to move on. I'm still here. I'm still okay. That kind of thing. So there's lots of good things about it. So my way of getting around it this time was to jump feet first into something I'd never done before, a Dungeons & Dragons group. Great decision. Made a lot of great friends out of doing that. I highly recommend it. I especially hit it off with this girl and her boyfriend. We became really fast friends. One day, this was about 3 months in, and she says, hey, you're a metalhead. GWAR is coming to town. And I live in Richmond, Virginia, which is where GWAR is from, so they're kind of a big deal here. She said, it's GWARbecue. It's this all-day-long festival outside in the heat, in the hot and sticky summers of the humid Virginia state that I live in. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll go. I don't know anything about GWAR, though, so she had to get me up to speed. Like, hey, with GWAR, you got to wear all white because they're going to spray you with a bunch of nasty shit. Kind of like a gathering of the Juggalos. They're always throwing Faygo, So it's sort of the same idea. They're spraying out fake blood and a whole bunch of other shit at you. So get ready, you're about to get all messed up at a GWAR show. Like, okay, cool. So I get all dressed in white. So we head off to the venue. And remember, I have social anxiety. I am way out of my element here. Okay? I'm way out of my element. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So we get there at 9 so that we can get a place in line. The venue opens at 10. People are already drunk, which tells me they started drinking at least as early as 8. Any of you who have been to shows probably know that already. Yeah, of course people are already drunk, whatever. Well, just take this little nugget of information and tuck it behind your ear for a second, because we're gonna come back to it. The venue opens, and the first thing I see is a giant inflatable can of Pabst Blue Ribbon. That pretty much set the tone for the rest of the fucking day. So we go in, and we've got, there's like this sort of haunted house, but it was like really, really low budget, and they weren't all that into it, and it was kind of meh. There's a lot of bands playing. All of them sound like bring all the war, bring all the pain, bring all the fighting, and bring all the pain, bring all the war, bring all the pain, bring all the fighting, and bring all the hate, bring all the war, bring all the pain, bring all the fighting, and bring all the hate, bring all the war, bring all the pain, bring all the fighting, and bring all the hate. Bring it down. I need some water. Beats country. Anyway, so GWAR finally comes on at 5. Remember that little nugget of information I told you about the people that were drunk at 8? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 9. 9 hours. These people have been fucked up for 9 hours. Outside in Virginia, in the hot, sticky humidity of being outside at some park. And there was no roof either. Like most of the concerts you guys have probably been to have been like amphitheaters. This was not an amphitheater. This was just, you're out getting sunburned with everybody out here at this show. That's how that worked. She's biting my feet.
Why are you biting my feet?
This is why I'm wearing shoes.
This is why I'm wearing shoes. This is why I'm wearing shoes.
Go with the weasel war dance. Literally, as the band is coming out, this chick comes out with boob implants the size of beach balls, and this guy in the front row faints. Because boobs! Actually, no, because drugs, probably. He faints and collapses and has to be carried out to an ambulance. They announce GWAR, blah, 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 the greatest and the latest and greatest, da, 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 the GWAR, the blah, 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 blah. And GWAR comes out, and also out comes a giant bobblehead of President Barack Obama at the time he was president. So they bring out a bobblehead of that. I'm trying to illustrate this. I don't have a bobblehead, but I do have a piñata, so bear with me. So he comes out, right? And they say some kind of sarcastic thing, but unfortunately, before they can rip Obama's head off, the head falls off on the floor, and they pick it back up and put it back on and say, technical difficulties, which I would have been more forgiving of, but, you know, so many other things have gone wrong this day. This just added to the pile. So finally they put the head on and then rip it off, and now the liquid sprays out, you know, blood or whatever. Dear God. All right. And that's best way I can illustrate how that went down. Now, I'm going to stop you here for a second and let you know that the only other metal show I'd ever been to before that was a Rob Zombie show. And Rob Zombie's music is rhythmic, industrial, dancey. The group, the people in the pit move with the music. There's a dance and a rhythm with it. So there's sort of a, I mean, yeah, we're all bunched up with one another, but there's a groove there. There's a vibe. Thrash metal's not like that. Thrash metal is total fucking chaos. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So what then occurs is a game of try not to fall. Because if you fall, you're going to die. You will be trampled to death. If anybody falls, you're going to die. And it is at this moment that a crowd surfer comes over. And hi. A crowd surfer! We got a crowd surfer! Hey, whoa, look out. You gonna fall. You gonna fall, silly thing. Everybody say hello to the crowd surfer. Yay! Crowd surfing angel. Oh, you silly little thing. That was perfect. So, yeah, there she goes. Freaking photo bombing me this whole interview. This whole story. All right. So this guy comes crowd surfing over. And this guy, he's this big guy with no clothes on and tighty whities. He kind of looks like Rob, actually. You know what? It was Rob. It was totally Rob. That's who it was. Rob comes over and nothing but tighty whities. And I've never dealt with a crowd surfer before. Once again, I have social anxiety. I'm way out of my element here, and I'm like, help! And basically, he's getting let down onto the ground to be trampled on. And it is at this moment that I realize why. He has a brown substance going down his leg. Maybe it was mud. Maybe it was a Kit Kat bar he had tucked in the back of his jaws that heated up in the warm sun. But I'm pretty sure it was shit! Now, what do we always say when someone falls, pick them up in a mosh pit, right? Right?
Well, see, I was new and I didn't know that.
Nah, I'm just kidding. This is a guy who crowd surfed pretty much naked and sweaty with shit running down his leg. Fuck that guy. So I look over at my friends, and they're getting jerked around by the crowd too. And I'm scared for my life. I look over, and they have this genuine look of panic. Just this. And me too. I'm also panicking. I'm trying not to, because I know that if I go down, I'm going to get trampled on top of big, sweaty, stanky leg. So she looks at me and she says, "Do you want to leave?" And I said, "Yes." And it was at that moment that this guy, this emaciated, nasty guy with a beard that looked kind of like Kooks, like kind of like this guy here. He comes over, and the only words out of his mouth are, "I'm sorry." Blah! All over my friends. Most of it lands in his beard, too. It's all in his beard and all over them. They're like, "Blah! We don't like it." So we leave the fuck out of there. We nope the fuck out. We get back to the car, and it is at this moment that they say, "All right, dude, we have a situation. Okay, here's the situation. We don't know you that well. We've only known each other for a couple months now, and we're covered in puke, and we're not about to fucking drive home in some stranger's puke. You're gonna be cool, and we're gonna strip down to our undies and drive home, and you're gonna be cool." And I said, "You're right. I will absolutely be cool, because that's what a decent human being does." So I go home, or I don't go home. I go to their house to shower off. But before I shower off, I take this picture, which the look in my face, all the shit all over me, perfectly encapsulates exactly the feeling overall of that day. So I go in with social anxiety, and I come out with bonding with some people in their underwear. So the moral of the story is GWAR sucks, and so do their fans. Fuck Pabst Blue Ribbon. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. The actual moral of the story is, if you're going to get over social anxiety, the only way you're going to be able to do it is by getting yourself out there and just trying to swim in 20 feet of water. It's the only way you're going to get better at it. It's the only way you're going to get more confident at it. And besides, what's the worst that could happen, right? What's the worst that could happen? It's not like you could possibly be trampled to death while being puked and shit on. What was the moral again? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care. Stay metal.